Hi and welcome to the tutorial. We're going to do the walkthrough on the Foundation's wooden slat welcome sign, and I'm using the happy birthday. So our welcome sign birthday, I've kind of got into it to show you what all is in here. First of all, let me go ahead and back up. The welcome sign birthday, when you receive whichever, you may have chosen a Christmas. There's Christmas, there's all kinds. There's like 21 different ones. But for the welcome sign birthday, this is a great one because I chose to do this one first. I want this handy so that maybe I've got May's sign up, but it's somebody's birthday. So I can pull this out for their birthday, and then he can stand next to it or she and have their birthday picture taken. So I thought that is really cute. But let's start with the wooden welcome sign. When you get your box, now this weighs over 4 pounds. This is not light. It comes in a really nice box. Oh, here we go. 5, 10. Well, they're showing 12, but maybe there is no, there's more. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure there's more. So your sign, when it is assembled, is 16.5 by 9. You get the distressed slat. You don't even have to paint this unless you want to. Steel handle, thick base, welcome letters, self-adhesive metallic plates. And like I said, you don't even have to, this is heavy, paint this. Let's put that aside. Unless you want to. You can paint it and change the color. I love the white. Let me just apologize ahead of time so I don't apologize each time. I have this terrible cough. Yeah, I've got the cold that's going around. You're going to notice there's some little holes at the top and the holes back here, and of course the Foundation's decor. Beautiful sign. And then our welcome. The welcome, I'm going to be painting mine. You don't even have to paint it. You can stain it. I'm going to paint mine black as pictured. And these, we are going to have more available, but the problem is if you want to change them out, you really can't change them out because these become adhered to our sign. And I just kind of set these back in somewhere. Let's take out our handle. And then you have these magnetic plates. And these you'll use with the magnets that come in your monthly signs. I'm not kidding. These are heavy. You have your package of screws. So this is a really super nice home decor item. So when you turn this over, everything just fits nicely. You want this to go down to the bottom. And I grabbed a screwdriver that just wasn't big enough. I had grabbed my tiny one. Let's see. I mean, I think it'll still work. Not a tiny one. It's the flat. I didn't grab the...
What are we going to eat?
Oh, I'm not going to eat. And so I just grabbed this one. I mean, the diamond. The diamond. I have the correct screwdriver. That one is for the bottom. And we'll take our first little wood screw here. Everything should go in really easy. I have one of those little electric screwdrivers. Whoops. And those will work great too. Make sure that's straight. Now, I'll be doing a monthly also sign, but because we have all of them available, you will be able to just work ahead. And once you see how easy these are, the monthly signs or the celebration, wedding, baby. Yeah, you won't have to even wait for a tutorial. And let me tell you, this is well made. I can't tell if that's burned in or, oh no, that's burned in. Wow. It's not a sticker. Those two are going to be for the handle. This really big bolt. So turn this over. You'll notice that you'll have to turn that over. Oh, wait. Yes. So we're putting a, whoops, it's heavy. We're putting the round screw into the square bottom. And your work surface will help keep that. Nope, you know what? We do want that beveled. You'll see there's a beveled. My husband would be laughing right now. That beveled needs to be there so the screw sinks and sits even. And I know many of you out there already knew that. You were just testing me. And I'm sorry. If I wasn't showing you how to do this, I'll be honest, I would have just handed it to my husband. It's a very simple project. It really is very simple to put together, but for 35 years, I just let him usually do this. Just because it makes my life easier. And he is stronger. Okay. Okay, my sign is now straight. So let's bring that up. Now you have those two top holes, and we're going to repeat with the handle. Plus I had three boys. And they love to do this stuff. And trust me, they are better at it. This is one of those that's just going to be easier sitting at the top, standing it up. And we'll do the same over there, but I am going to go get that electric screwdriver. Everything's together. So what I'm going to do now is just place my W, and you're going to notice on your box, they're showing that they have a sign. The sign sort of overlaps, and it might do that when it's a bigger one. And one thing that I will have are these extra square here in the next, just a little bit. It'll be a few more, about a week, and I'll have those in stock. So you can decide exactly where This is the 5x7 sign, and they are the same size for each month. So you'll want to decide exactly, where you want it. I don't want mine to overlap unless it's a bigger sign. And some of the bigger ones might have that. And then if you also get some of the extra magnets, they can go on your board. And then there's like the sled that's bigger. It'll hide that. So if you want to have another one for different placement, you'll be able to do that. So for me, that looks good. And on this one, I am going to take a pencil and just make a little mark at the top where my magnet needs to go. And you just peel the back off. Double check here. Okay. We'll get to these. So I want to show you a couple of different things. And then in your package, this is what the welcome sign was in. Wilbur? Oh, come here. Hey, we've got something we're not supposed to have. Twist ties. We have a mouthful of them. Okay, every one of these will have 2 magnets. One for here, and one for the bigger metal. And I'm just going to put those right on there. Just like when I make my mini albums. Ooh, that's good and strong. Stronger than I thought. Okay, and we'll press that down. And slide that right off. The welcome will be glued down. So I'm going to do the welcome last because I do want to show you. I am using the Echo Park for this one. And this is called Echo Park Party. And 6x6 paper pads work really well with this. So I've taken the surprise and the party. You can use, and you don't even have to use a birthday paper. And our sign is 5x7, so I did cut this 5x7. You don't have to paint this if you don't want to. It is nice and finished. But what I'm going to do, because I thought this will be really cute with this, is take a Sharpie, and this is just the silver metallic Sharpie. You don't have to use paint on these if you don't want to. So you can take white paint, you can leave it. It does not have to be even finished. Any color of a Sharpie will work. You can also use your ink pads. They have done, this is not rough wood at all. It's absolutely beautiful. Smooth. There is no sawdust. I had another supplier and everything was so sawdusty we'd have to take the tack cloth, but that, that's okay too. But we'll just go ahead and go along this edge. And then the nice thing about this is, if I don't like it, I'll just take my file and off it goes. I knew when I heard the tearing of the fabric, somebody was chewing on his dog bed. So now I get to use my sewing skills tomorrow, and Wilbur has just lost his bed. So that just gives it the festive silver look. Then you can also decide if you want to ink the edges of your cardstock. Now this one's 5x7. And I'm not inking the edges. Well, maybe I will, but from the back side. I don't want it to be overly distressed. This just is not an overly distressed looking paper to me. So I cut my first one, the surprise, at 5x7. And your cut aparts that you use is 4x6. Now you don't have to use just the 4x6. You could use 2 of the 3x4s. That's totally going to be up to you. And then I took Party in the pink, and it's 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So we'll just turn that over to the back side. So many things you can do with this sign. You can be so creative. And then I'm going to use the Hooray 4x6 card. And if you have young children, you might want to do like the cupcake and put their names on them and do a couple of different cupcakes for each child for each year. And then that's going to sit right on top. And you can layer this as much or as little as you want. And I have found art glitter glue works great on this kind of wood. Actually, it works great on just about anything. So I cut this, like I said, the exact same size. I just want to get that glue. You can use almost any kind of glue adhesive. And then it should fit perfect on there. You don't have to do any sanding at all. And I'm going to go ahead and put my 4x6 on the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 matting first. And for the spatula, I'm just using a regular, these are just plastic scrapers that you can pick up at Lowe's, not Hobby Lobby, Lowe's, Home Depot, Harbor Freight. This one, the handle broke off, and it's actually my favorite. And then we're going to just put that right on top. Or you can use pop dots if you wanted it to be popped up even more. We have that silver on the top. And on to the cupcake. Now, when you first get these, they do have the little sticky, there's a little sticky dot. I just rubbed that off. And what I did was, I just rubbed it off because we're going to be cutting different pieces here. Make sure I get it the correct direction. And then our candle, that way it looks 3D. So for the candle and the cupcake, like I said, this takes very little paper. And for this part, you want a pencil. I'm going to use this for the bottom of my cupcake to look like the cupcake wrapper. This is going to be the cupcake, the sprinkles. And, no, this is going to be the bottom. The yellow is going to be for the candle. And then I thought I used the pink on the candle, the pink party. So let's just start with our little candle. And like I mentioned, you don't have to do this underside. We're doing these little loose pieces. For me, I'm going to use the dot as the back and the front. So I need to turn this over because it needs to be face down on the piece that is going to be showing. And using a pencil, you're just going to trace around it, and we're going to cut that right out. And if it's too big, you can just trim it, which I knew I should have gone inside of my pencil marks. Oh, mine's still pretty big. And there's all you have to do there. Now we're going to glue this on. Whoa, wrong side. And I like the way the edges are already, that's created by the laser, and it has a dark edge. And I don't like to paint those because a lot of times it doesn't come out the true, color. And then if you feel that it's maybe over the edge, you just take your file, just a regular fingernail file, and we will have our wood files in, I believe, a day or two. They'll be in stock that you can buy right along with your wood kit. And then if you want, you can also leave that. And because this, like I said, is more of a clean look paper, I'm just leaving that. I don't think it needs any ink. I do have some pink ink, but we're just going to leave it. And then we're going to just add adhesive to the back side. And I'll glue that right on top. And for the little flame, I just need a tiny piece. So let's make sure we know which one's the, because one side does fit a little better than the other. Okay. So I'm going to turn that over. I'm just going to draw around it. And this time I'll cut on the inside of that pencil. And I'll fix that after I glue it on. Mine's a little long there, but we'll also use the straight edge knife if you need to. These scissors work really great. Make sure you just go down. You don't want to go up and down. You will tear that paper. Mine has just the way that distressing, not distressing, but those lines look. Oh, and you know what I did? Oh, I didn't just do that. Yes, I did. Well, mine's going to have the paper on both sides. So, well, that wasn't very smart, was it? So mine will be papered on both sides. Can't for the life of me know why I did that. Oh my heavens. You know what, guys? This little thing is just kicking my butt. We're going to do it this way. Yep, you're not going to believe this. I did just do that. There we go. We're just going to let this dry for a minute. So we can try not to repeat that mistake a third time. Okay, where are the cupcakes? I'm going to make sure this is my front. We're going to make a little X there. Again, these can be painted. They can be painted. So this is going to go this way, and I'm going to turn it over to avoid any errors. Can you see that? I just went around it with my pencil. And now I'm going to go on the inside of the lines. I'm still here. I'm concentrating. The front has the X, and that is why. Now it should fit really nice on there. And if it doesn't, on ones like this that are a little more rounded, I kind of don't worry about it because we'll take care of it with the file and with if you have a straight edge knife, because it's not off that much. And because this is white, I'm going to put my dry diaper wipe on my spatula so I don't get any like old ink or anything that just happens to pop up on that white. I'm going to let that dry, and let's go ahead and cut out my fire here. And some wood projects, you can do it this way. It really isn't all that easy, and sometimes you nick the edges of the wood. But this time it was necessary. Then I can sand off. Usually it's those points and the rounded edges. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this now down. Try the right side to our flame. Hold that one for just a moment. And that's going to be ready to sit on our cupcake after we do this bottom part. And now this is up to you. You don't have to, let me show you. You don't have to do the whole thing, but I'm going to trace it and we'll cut off what we want. And then again, if you wanted to go over the top of this, maybe with white ink, if you have, or if you have a white paint. But again, I know on this one what is the front and what's the back. So to be honest with you, I'm going to probably cut across here. I'm not going to use the whole thing. So I'm going to start out cutting it here. Uh-oh. Let's go see what Wilbur's got. I think Wilbur needs some sunshine so that he can get outside. Poor little guy. It's been a rough week for him. For getting in trouble, and it's not his fault. He's terribly bored. Okay, I'm just going to kind of cut this in half here and see. And you may want to cover all yours, and that's just fine. And I knew my skills on the drawing is just not the best. So on this one, I'm definitely going to be using, I'll show you, I'm going to use my craft knife, and we're going to, whoops, I'm not the best tracer and cutter, but that is the ideal way to do this. But not the only way, that's the nice thing. I'll show you. Now, on this little guy, one thing though, when you're using your knife, and if you are going to use it, we're going to use it, you do want to make sure it's pretty sharp. But for these corners and things I want to clean up, if you have these fussy cutting scissors, these are the best. Because you have that fine tip, or if you have a pair of sewing scissors with that fine tip. Okay, then we can just go through. I use the really coarse side to get rid of those pieces that are being stubborn. But see, gently, you don't want to lose the darkness at the top. This might be a place that will work really well with our files. So these are also can be available. I have my sample pack here. And these are the precision files. And let me tell you, nothing's easy, is it? There we go. It's really, really, really fine, tiny one to get right in that hole for these projects. And in your stash of scrapbook paper, this is going to be a great use of those scraps. As you saw, it took hardly any. Or again, you could paint this. So you can paint this white and make your sprinkles with your craft paints if you like to paint, if you're more of a painter. Got ink on my fingers. Oh, came right off. Now for this, I've got some more straight edge pieces here, areas that I can just use my blade for. Again, just be careful you don't cut the wood, as can happen. And I'll just clean that right up. Remember, file goes one way. And then that blends it into the wood also. And I see that paper there that I didn't get quite cleaned off. Well, not sure where that one went. Wow, these are in there good. Now this one's more of a knife. Oh, I like that one. And it's flat. That's the one that will be used a lot. Then the candle, you can decide where you want your candle to be. So let's do this. I'm going to have the flame kind of hanging over the edge, so I won't add adhesive. And that would be a cute place to put their names if you wanted to personalize these. And again, with your welcome, one thing the company did tell me about is that, again, you can use your permanent markers if you want. So I'm going to just do the back side. I'm not sure, and I'm just using, these are just Bic permanent markers, so that's my front. We're going to see what it looks like on the back. Oh, that's not bad at all. And they told me that they have found the best success with the permanent marker because it's super smooth, and I really was doubting them. But you know what? I think I really like it. I would never have thought. Definitely a paint pen would be great. Wow. Now the front, I think, is a little smoother. Let me just try it out. We'll do both sides. I think I do like this. The welcome we do glue down permanently. And I decided the black because I figured that would go with every paper color. I've seen it done in red. But then again, you know, I'm not sure about red. So we'll just go ahead and get these all markered up. So this is the big marker. And if you have plastic gloves, this might be a good time to wear them. Wow, I like this. Less mess. Will definitely be easier to touch up, but I don't see that needing touch up. I'm kind of going out of order here. And with these smaller signs, if you're going to paint, you do need that really fine paintbrush anyway, or the paint pens that you can buy in the craft stores. This is working really well. And the black's matching, the rim. Great project too for the kids. Dump those out. Definitely they do need to dry for a moment. Well, wasn't that just quick and easy? Now I'm going to just take a little bit of hand sanitizer. I love my little hand sanitizers. And I use them for cleaning because I wash my hands. We wash our hands, but we use the sanitizer for cleaning. Okay, now wrong marker. So I'm going to straighten my sign. I'm going to start my W just about at the edge there. And I'll put the E down here. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to grab my quilt ruler. So, might be easier to actually do it before we put that magnet down, or use a skinnier ruler. Okay, once you're happy where it's sitting, I'm going to start with the last letter first. Hold my ruler. And let's go to the W. Oh, that was lucky. And that is how easy your cute little signs are to put together. Oops. And then also, don't be afraid to use pop dots on this, because I noticed they will peel off. So if you want to add any extra fun embellishments, you can put ribbons around your handles. And you can put definitely decorating your bottom with some ribbons, especially curly ribbons. That one might need to be tighter. And that is our first welcome sign. I'll be doing the one for March. We'll be doing the St. Patty's Day one soon. So, but I wanted to start with the birthday. Like I mentioned, the birthday is one. Birthday, for my family, probably not new baby. We're kind of all past that, unfortunately. But the new baby, or there's wedding. And let me show you a couple of them. For some reason, I just know that there's more. There is, because there's a sled. So there's like January, they showed just the month, February. So we'll be doing this one. I'll be using the authentic St. Patty's Day paper called Clover. Then we have Hello Spring. One of our design team members, Christine, will be doing that. And of course, Welcome with the bird. That's one you could use in between different things. And Summer Ice Cream. Independence Day, love that one. We've got Summer, Back to School. There's two different Halloween. So there's this one. I believe there's another one. But you can also take this pumpkin if you don't like the skull. So they are interchangeable. And then you see here they've got a magnet on this side. So you can also change which side you put your magnets on. It doesn't matter. You could also add different pieces to the same board. Birthday's not on here, but like I mentioned, this is one that you're going to pull out more than once a year, because it'll be fun for family birthday parties, and then the person can stand next to it and you can get their birthday picture. So I hope you guys are enjoying your new welcome signs. And be sure, if you're on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, to show us your finished signs. They are available for purchase at countrycraftcreations.com, where I have all the months and stuff. And so there's some that's not even on that box that you're going to want to see. In fact, I can show you briefly on the bottom. So there's the wedding. I know it's hard to see. We've got a baby, a new house. Now, on the new house, they took the family's picture, and I absolutely love that. So the month that your family bought the new house, you could have it out. You could tie the keys on some ribbon around the top. Just really cute stuff. Love Bros here. And I'm sure they will be coming out with more new signs as time goes on. So thank you for joining me on this video and learning what to do and not to do with your welcome signs. And I'll see you when I'm back to do our March sign. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your week.